Hello, you are joining us in the middle of a story, and not in media res, in which we start a story in the beginning of the action, but truly in the middle of the story. So you should go back and watch the other 2 episodes of DIECHOTOMY, if you haven't already. If you have, you know we are in the middle of a tumultuous moment in these characters' lives, one that is going to test who they are on the inside, and also on the out. Hello. I am Linnie Schell. I am the game master for DIECHOTOMY. This is a Twice Rolled Tales production, and these wonderful players who are joining the table are going to introduce themselves now.
Hi, Phoebe, technical producer for Twice Rolled Tales, playing Mira, the Godbinder, not Bender.
Ooh, we can only hope.
Godbender, give him like a stretch.
I'm a chiropractor for the gods.
Oh, I was thinking like Avatar.
Yeah. Sorry, I was more literal. Hi, I'm Jenn Vega. I play Vivian Lakewood on Fun City, a Shadowrun podcast. I'm also a chef based in Brooklyn, and today I'm playing Bantai, the Emotion Knight.
Hi, I'm Kenzie Tartaglione. I'm the creative producer for a podcast called Queer PG, and I am playing Max Stryan, the Neo.
I'm Meredith. I have no credentials, and I am playing Alara, the princess.
So much has happened to these characters. They were minding their own business, more or less, in the kingdom of Hazem when they were snatched from their world, waking up in the bodies of others, discovering that they were perhaps characters in somebody else's strange game. They, along with Patty, who was part of the game but not transported, went to go find who they think might be responsible. A man named David, who they have dubbed Bad Wizard David, both for his skill and perhaps his morals. On arriving to David's abode, they discovered a strange sigil and the remnants of a strange and mysterious ritual. And there they discovered that they have sometimes the ability to cross back, albeit briefly, into the bodies of their actual selves. And that the players who created them, perhaps, or are part of this game, have switched bodies with them. So while they are here on Earth, their players are in their bodies in Hazem. After that, attempting to still find Bad Wizard David, Patty was hit and run by a mysterious Tesla. Max...
Shiny carriage. Shiny self-driving carriage.
Which carriage begins with C-A-R, brings to car, it's perfect.
Wow, is that
I don't know.
I was just what I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I did not fact check this.
Let us know the etymology of car. Absolutely.
In the comments below.
So Patty, unfortunately, is now headless Patty, made like the proverbial patty cake.
Ooh.
Flattened, dead. If you didn't get the memo. Max, who jumps into the Tesla, taking them off for parts unknown, eventually confronting who at first appears to be David, but is revealed to be John, the second prince of the city, trapped in David's body, who does not want to go home. And so, of course, murder is the only solution. And Max confronts David and eventually chokes the life out of him, his electric blue eyes dimming like an incandescent light bulb reaching the end of its life, flickering out.
I did be doing
stare into his eyes.
Oh, we're still going.
Just really want to drive home how much Max really just murdered John / David.
So much murder.
Johnny and David's body. While Max is having a foray into homicide and wizard apprehension, the other 3 are hiding out in a dumpster from the police, who are naturally wanting to know why there is a dead Patty on the ground. And we discover that they can switch in and out of each other's bodies. Circumstances are still unclear, but we do discover that Mary Beth has been racking up significant amounts of god debt on behalf of Mira, that Bantai's flail is perhaps the writer's weapon of choice, and more appropriate for the Earth era that you find yourself in. Oh, yeah, that'll be fun. And Alara is coming to grips with the fact that her cathartic moment of maybe reclaiming her name as voice of the city is being carried out by someone else.
Yup.
Everyone reunites with the help of some Find Your Friends apps. Mm-hmm. You made your way to Patty's apartment, where you found the rulebook for Die RPG, as well as a brief glimpse into what is happening in Hazem right now, where Dragonfire is encircling the city. So you guys blimp back to your bodies, and you're just, the tremors fade away, and you are in the apartment, and there's no sign of fire, no sign of anything from the world of Hazem.
We have to get back.
Oh my god!
Our city!
But okay, no, because... No...
They're clearly not very capable of fixing things!
Mira, do you think it's the same fire?
Same fire as what?
In a sense, all fire's the same fire, but...
That fire.
Very possibly. I would like to grab the book, and Mira is just going to, like, onto the floor, legs crossed, open the book. She has functionally found a Bible explaining the creation mythos of her world. She wants to read it.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
I think primarily, like I said, that sort of creation myths is probably like those first few pages where it kind of describes this is Die is a planet, there are a bunch of eggs, worlds are inside the eggs. The lore is crazy.
Oh my god.
There's whole comic books you can read. They're great.
It's like through that whole section, and like I can like do a roll for kind of how much information I glean from this book.
Yeah. I think give a roll for.
I think this is like
Yeah.
Other stuff is likely going on while
absolutely a roll for like anything initial, and then as you're reading it, other stuff may be happening. Give me an intelligence roll. Or sorry, a wisdom roll.
Oh, wisdom. Okay, cool. That's better.
Oh no.
Yeah, the Earth script, which is, you're used to the fancy fantasy font. So it's going to take you a while.
Wing.
Bring it back around.
Yeah, so it's going to take you a while to get through this thing.
Okay.
But it does seem to have something.
Cool.
Yeah, so while Mira's hunched over the book, what are you guys up to?
I want to find out about the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bantai is pacing, looking out the window, pacing, looking at the ground, looking at Mira, just like pacing.
Bantai. Bantai.
The fire.
What is she talking about? What fire?
Fire!
And how is it connected to the fire we just saw?
Bantai starts feeling their arms for the burn scars that they suffered when they were a child, and doesn't feel them, and I don't have them.
You don't have what?
We came to the city after our town burned down.
Which town?
What's the name of our town?
Okay, sorry.
I don't think it had one.
I didn't know. We were in a small
Nameless
town.
village.
Nameless village.
Uh,
I'm so sorry.
Mira knows more about this than I do. We were young.
War is war, and things happen, and not everything protects you the way that you might think it will.
Where did the fire come from?
Honestly, like we were small, and we heard the sounds of the army coming, and by then people were already kind of rushing us into the temple, and they all said we would be safe in there. But wood burns no matter what it's holding, so.
We come from a smithing village, and we worshipped fire, and it burned us.
So, the marks on your arms and your real bodies from the fire? Oh my god. And that fire looked the same as the fire we just saw?
Anyone who wants to give me an intelligence roll.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't know.
What's the...
Difficulty of 0.
I make it.
Make it.
Nothing.
Make it. Nothing. You remember a little bit about what this fire looked like, and you surely know what dragon fire looks like. This has the same sort of chaotic spread of fire that is being placed from the same way that dragon fire will appear one place and then the next, as opposed to a fire which has started in one place and spread, will go linearly. So this has that same chaotic movement, but the color of it is there's something kind of blue and electric about parts of it, flickering in and out just barely. You kind of just maybe just maybe get that glimpse when you're thinking back to that vision. Something is different about it, but it does seem like it's acting like dragonfire.
I mean, it's definitely dragonfire, but there's something wrong with it. I can't quite put my finger on it. The color or the heat, maybe the temperature. I don't.
Have I ever seen Fairgold react in an odd way with dragonfire?
Ooh, yes. I think you think this is similar. There's something alike about what's happening there.
But I haven't seen electricity in the real world yet. Okay.
I mean, what did you see when you were, like,
Fighting John.
Did you see anything like that? No? Okay.
I will remind everyone you have a flashback. You are allowed to use a flashback once per session.
Whoa, I didn't
Each of us or all?
Each of you.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
So that is a mechanic that exists within Die, and as we have discovered, Die is real. So
Yeah. Would it be helpful to flashback to the fire?
Oh,
Or is
boy.
that-
so you have a mechanic that is called flashback. May not necessarily be flashing back to your past.
Got it.
Oh, so you don't really control where it goes?
I think in this case, if you flash back, you probably would end up kind of similarly back in Hazem for just a brief moment. Like where you can, because the time in the dumpster, right? You weren't anywhere that should have transported you back.
Right.
So there's something on their side that was done, if that makes sense.
Oh, wait, when you say flashback, you don't mean memory, you mean flashback to the other
In
world.
the Die rules, it is memory that you use to gain an advantage. And for this, because things have gone so wrong with the magic of Die, when anyone tries to flash back, they end up just flashing through.
Swapping bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
There hasn't been a moment, I don't think yet, where this guy
Ezra.
has appeared.
Yeah, we haven't met
Yeah, we haven't.
Ezra yet.
Has anyone had a chance to talk to him?
I don't know if... I mean, what would they know, really?
I mean, hopefully something. I feel like every time I've talked to someone, we've learned at least one more thing.
And they might have a better understanding of what happened to cause the dragon fire in the city right now.
I mean,
Someone...
we were in his living quarters to begin with. It seems
That's
like
true.
maybe he might know some more things than the other people.
Yeah, why?
Do you think we should...
If Patty was in charge of this game, why did they have it
Why was it at
Ezra's?
living quarters?
Should we maybe go back there?
How do we do that?
I mean, we should be able to find the way, right?
Yeah, I think it's close enough to here.
Well, if we're going to be leaving here, we should, which we probably should, or else the blue people are going to come after us.
The blue people.
We need to make sure we have everything we need. We may not
Mira's got the book.
have the comforts of a living quarter again.
Yeah, you guys can briefly. I get the sense you want to briefly look around and make sure there's anything. You don't see any dice, but you do see a bunch of notes. If anyone wants to give me a wisdom check to just like briefly scan through them to see what they are.
Yeah.
What's the DC?
Oh, 1 to read fancy letters.
Yep.
Made it. Mm-hmm. As Alara picks up these notes, some of them slip out, and you can't really read it without sitting down and reading it, but you realize that it's a different handwriting than Patty's, than the notes you saw when you first woke up, but it matches some scrawls in the book. And so you think that this might actually be David's notes, not Patty's, that this all might belong to David.
This hand resembles the scrawlings of the bad wizard David more so than it does Patty's.
Do we think that bad wizard David made what game they were playing and then Patty just took it and played it?
Very possibly.
I think that's probably true. I mean, Patty said something about learning from bad wizard David, getting supplies from him for this game, I suppose.
It seems like he was set up to be the final instigator of this ritual that David set up.
Poor Patty.
We should get out of here and kind of like
Yeah.
get all the papers. We're gonna shove them inside the book.
Okay, cool.
Have we all changed at this? I remember.
I took off the gory stuff.
Yeah, I think I'll put on. I have like a huge oversized band t-shirt and some like jeans.
Love it. Okay, so you've changed. Have you guys done anything else?
Bantai is just looking out the windows.
Yes. Bantai's still at a 2, but like a really buzzed 2.
Really keyed up too.
It's a little bit taller.
How do we? Okay. So we don't know anything about phone batteries.
I think Jasper has been charged up via murder electricity. But so I think there's some sense of electricity go into phones, but not fully, no.
Okay. Yeah, and we're gonna need our phones. Also, have we eaten?
No, you guys have been going for a long time. I think if you don't take a moment to rest at some point, I think you guys are going to start getting pretty tired, and that might start affecting your health.
Okay, well, I scrounge around and see if there's any food-looking things that I can grab.
There's one container of half-eaten queso dip that has a thin layer of mold, and some very stale Doritos.
Oh, Patty.
I don't take those things.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Because I don't know what they are.
No!
Maybe this isn't the place. Maybe we should go back to Ezra's, regroup, and maybe try to get Ezra back for a second. In a place he's comfortable in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Mira's gonna try to look around for like a cloak or something to hide her face, and just finds like an N95.
Sure.
Yes. So badass.
Yeah. Bantai finds a fedora and a blazer, and is just wearing it over.
Max finds a pair of sunglasses.
There we go.
Right, so
We look great.
on one hand you are disguised, on the other hand you are absolutely going to attract attention.
I don't know. I think
We don't wear that.
I'm wearing a t-shirt and sunglasses. I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah. I don't think any one of us has described a person that would look strange except for maybe
Bantai.
Great. Okay. Awesome. So the intent is to leave here and go back to the apartments.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going to leave the dubious comforts of Patty's apartment and head back to Ezra's and Daniela's. Right?
But we only know it as Ezra's.
Oh, we didn't know about Daniela.
Yeah, no one went into Daniela's room.
No, one went there. Okay.
Like I looked at the pictures, but only saw ones of him.
Oh my god, they still live together?
We don't know that yet.
You don't know that yet. I need a dexterity roll of just a flat dexterity check from all of you.
Okay.
Here goes
6.
6.
8.
What's the difficulty?
0.
I got 2 successes.
Pass.
Success.
I got 2 successes.
Success. Okay. Great. Yeah, you're just ducking between apartments, so...
Nobody's looking twice at someone in an N95.
I think as your flail kind of whispers to you, "Oh, me. Watch. Be careful. No one's watching now. Gotta run faster. No one's watching now.
Oh,
No one's paying attention."
we gotta hurry.
Okay. You guys still can't hear that.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're gonna get there quickly and take care of what we need to take care of. And we're gonna go home, and you will have your full farm, and you'll be big and beautiful and swinging again. Oh, I'm
Did she
sorry.
ever stop talking to that thing?
No. I kind of had to.
You're so small. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. No. Can you make me bigger though?
I don't know how.
I mean, you haven't stabbed me into anyone's eyes yet, and I think that's all I can do. That's all I can do, and I want to splat something.
Trust me, I
wanna
want to
splat
splat something so
really
bad.
hard.
I kind of had to make a decision a long time ago to not be worried about that. Otherwise, it was gonna absorb my entire life.
I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah.
I gotta splat.
I can't think about that right now.
I gotta splat.
As long as we're not getting splatted.
Huh?
She's never splatted me before.
Well, that's good to know.
Why would I splat you?
You tell me.
So yeah, Bantai is quickly walking, dodging fire escape bottom rungs because now they're a little bit taller, but just has incredible intuition about objects and is just deftly making the way back.
Yeah. Okay. You guys still have keys. Ezra definitely has keys in his pocket. And so, yeah, you go into the apartment, and it feels like it's been, although it's probably only been 6 or 7 hours, it feels like it's been a lifetime as you enter the relative quiet of the apartment. Papers still scattered everywhere. Yeah. So you were before, you see the table that you first woke up to when you entered this world.
Okay. How can we communicate with Ezra through his space?
How do we bring him here? You guys
Maybe
did it.
they. Oh, well, I mean, the only time I've ever done it intentionally was at the ritual space in David's home, but everyone keeps talking about the dice and the gems. Maybe can I go over to Ezra's spot at the table?
Yeah.
And like find some of his dice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you find like a collection of D6s.
We're gonna hand them out to Max. Maybe these will help.
Do I just throw them? Do I eat them?
Oh, we don't know what we're
They
doing!
must be strong talismans or something.
I start frantically looking around.
They
in
must
all
have
the
some
rooms.
kind of power. Do you feel anything?
The crystals back home usually have their own power, but these don't seem to have, I don't feel anything from them.
I'm gonna start. We didn't go into this room, I don't think. So I'm gonna go into that room and look around.
Awesome. Yep. Yes.
Just walk in and can I just like see if I see anything that looks
Yeah. Just give me a wisdom roll.
okay?
2 4s.
2 4s. Yeah. This looks like a bedroom. It has enough space for 2 people. Like it is 2 people's worth of bed, 2 people's worth of dresser. But as you're looking around, you only see clothing for 1 person. And it's definitely clothes that fit the body you're in.
I take like one of the tank tops and I go out and I like hold it up. See, I don't think the clothes in this world are very confusing to me.
That wouldn't fit me in any world.
But it was in the sleeping quarters.
Okay.
Kind of seems.
No.
I don't know what all of those noises are trying to tell me.
Don't you think that this would maybe fit Daniela's body?
Sure.
What does that matter?
Does that mean that Daniela also lives here?
Well, there are 2 rooms, right? So...
Was there a second? There was, because we found Ezra's office, I think.
No, there's a bed.
There's a
Yeah, but there's
a really sad futon.
I mean, I've lived with other people before.
Out of wedlock.
How debaucherous.
Sure.
What you do with those dice you're holding?
I'm still just holding them. I think that I was trying to think of what to do with them, and then got distracted by the clothes that I'm supposed to derive meaning from. And I think I try to, like, with crystals always hold their own sort of power, and there's not a lot you have to do to like get it out of them. But I think I just kind of start rolling them in my hands to try to see if I can like bring any sort of power to them.
Awesome. So you have the intent to do something. Is anyone else engaged in this, or you guys? What you're looking at clothes?
I think I can like kind of abandon that and pay attention to this now.
There are no wrong answers here. What are you guys up to?
I guess I'm searching for any other potential talismans or something that could be helpful.
Bantai is looking at what you have in your hands and is just trying to will something to happen.
Okay, then I'm doing some more exploring, looking for some more evidence for my theory.
So you 2 are exploring. You are engaged in dice examination. As you guys examine these dice, nothing happens to them, and it's almost as if it feels like a light has been switched on and then off, and you immediately feel back in the bodies that you were familiar with. Huh?
Oh.
Okay.
Is it the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You pop into awareness.
Oh wait, I'm there too.
Nope.
Your body is.
Am I?
Oh, right.
I see.
So your body is over here.
Okay, so Daniela's there.
Yep.
In your body.
You 2 pop to awareness, and you are running hell for leather.
I wish we would have a warning about this.
The other 2 are beside you, just running as fast as they can, as fire explodes behind you. And you look behind you, and you see, you can't quite tell, but it looks like there's a dragon following you.
Oh, is this why we're running?
What do you mean, is this why we're running?
I'm Bantai!
Ah! Issa? Wait, do you know how to kill things? Can you kill things?
Yes!
Okay. Is anyone else? Wait, roll call, you guys keep running. Roll call. So, right, so Bantai is Bantai. I am still Daniela. Is Marybeth? Okay, hi. Marybeth, great. Ezra?
Hello.
Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. Can you kill things? Can you kill...
I want to reach into the pocket to see if they've picked up any weapons.
Roll your D8. Tell me if it's even or odd.
D8. Oh, put it away. Do you mean my D10 for my class or just a D8?
No, your D10.
Okay, just checking.
No, yeah, the one for your class.
Gotcha. It is odds.
It is odds. Great. Yeah, you have a gun in your pocket.
Pull it out.
In this world?
I think so.
Neos get guns. If they want
okay.
Neos get fancy guns.
The answer to your question is yes.
And you look down and you see in your hand.
What?
Return to you.
Maybe is it like roll it again?
It is motion sensitive. And Bantai, you also find in your pockets.
Ah, dang. Why did I have to be looking for clothes?
You feel the warmth of your magical talisman return to you in your hands. Your vision is still going in and out, so you get the sense you've got a couple of seconds to act here. As you guys are running, you hit sort of a town square and you can see the dragon has the dragon behind you has already been through it. There's kind of like a little bit of blood on the streets, a little bit of one or two charred bodies. But you were gonna run through this town square and be out of cover. And then once you're through there's like other alleyways you could disappear to. Well, guys, okay, we're running. Are you guys gonna do anything? Because otherwise,
yeah. When we get to the cover, we can jump in and try to attack this creature.
You can count on me. I am brimming with anticipation. And at the ending syllables of anticipation, it echoes through the streets.
Whoa.
Terrifying. You run through this town square, Daniela and Mary Beth, hard on your heels. And as you're going through the town square, the smoke clears briefly, and you see silhouetted up above you, not the dragons you're familiar with, the great beasts of legend, but what looks like a human who has had their arms transfigured into wings, and more like a terrifying bat with scales, still reminiscent of a dragon, but like a dragon is clawing its way out from underneath the cartilage and skin of a human. Give me a wisdom roll, both of you. 5. 1-6. You are not quite sure what's happening. You recognize this as a person. You recognize this as the body of John.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Whoa.
Bad Wizard David. Okay, so we get to that part where there's some coverage, and I look at, it's Mary Beth and Daniela. I look at Mary Beth and Daniela and I go, get to cover. We'll take it from here.
Mary Beth says, oh, okay, great. That is so good to hear. Okay, hiding now. I'm hiding now. And Daniela sort of drags her off.
I kind of like post up against like a corner where like might not be able to see me for a second. I make eye contact with Bantai, and then I just yell out, "Bad Wizard David!
Bad Wizard David!" And Bantai goes out into the open. Just flail swinging. It's emanating a green, yellow, sickly light. Bantai has a huge Cheshire Cat smile that seems to audibly crack as well.
Oh my god.
She's also swinging her arms, so like the flail is going this way, and in an instant her arm extends, joints just disconnecting, and her arms become sort of like a scary nunchuck.
What the fuck? The dragon / John, the John Dragon. John Dragon.
Dragon John.
Lands with a giant thud and sort of stalks forward till he's sort of standing, crouching, within a flail-ish distance from you. And are you preparing a swing? Okay, yeah.
Preparing a very large swing to let go. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to take you down. I've been waiting for this all day.
Oh, me? I am your death. And tries to breathe a giant gout of fire at you.
At that moment, Bantai lets loose, and the weapon goes straight for their head.
All right, roll your strength, whatever your addition is to that.
So I'm at an emotional intensity of 2,
Yep.
which is intense.
Yep.
I can use creative violence,
Please do.
which can automatically defeat a mob.
Incredible.
Okay, so if I roll the d8, we're gonna roll the special d8, and that's a 6, and it beats the level 2. So,
Yep.
So yeah, this flail is screaming toward this dragon creature. This is your devil.
And you hit this dragon completely upside the head. Does it specify how much damage you deal with that?
Oh, I have a special. Sorry.
Okay.
So the flail is brutal, a special attack. If it hits, it wounds, it deals 2 instead.
Two wounds?
Mm-hmm.
That's brutal.
It is brutal.
Yeah, the John Dragon is still alive, but definitely on the ground, kind of thrashing a bit. It lets a gout of flame loose, which does graze you for 1 damage of guard.
I would like to pull the gun and kind of like do the swift like around the corner thing.
Yeah.
And if Jen will allow it, I think it'd be cool if the bullets weren't like regular bullets, but they were made of fairgold and they're kind of an extension of my telefrag ability. And so when the gun shoots, they don't fly, they just immediately teleport inside of the body.
Oh, the GM will allow that.
Incredible. Let's see what this is. Yes. So, I shoot off a shot, and you see it like exit the chamber, and then it disappears, and you can hear like inside the body just like. And it says that the special here is that the target suffers 1 wound. 6.
Okay, awesome. So you post up, you fire this bullet. It blinks out of existence, and as it blinks into the dragon, instead of that meaty thonk you're used to hearing when you shoot more, flesh and blood targets, there's an electric crackle, and the dragon explodes into a field of light and viscera.
I might have to make an intelligence roll for this, but can I see if I can harness that electric explosion in any way? And like,
yeah, give me an intelligence of 1.
Okay.
4. This is the same stuff, but it's not, like, to harness it would require technology beyond your current abilities. Cool. But it's definitely, like, it is electricity, but not...
Which isn't a thing in Hazem usually.
No.
Okay.
Nope. You feel your vision, as you have defeated this monster, start to narrow. You have a second to say one last thing before you think you're going to blink back into Earth.
Why were you playing the game at Ezra's house?
Danielle pokes her head around the corner. Says, have you seen Patty's place? And then you're back.
Oh, I wanted to yell something too. Could I yell something?
Yeah,
please.
I want to say, it is imperative you do not die here.
And then you're back.
Were you able to have a conversation in that
We're
time?
gonna find out.
Okay.
You guys are kind of exploring, looking, and then you hear the sensation of, like, almost if 2 people had been running very hard, and then suddenly their momentum was completely halted, and so all that forward momentum, like, carries forward, and they just, like, fall over. And you turn around, and you come back into the room, and you see Ezra and Issa, as Bantai and Max, kind of on the floor next to the table, panting.
Did it work? Oh my gods, are you okay?
Ezra said, are we? Oh, I feel like we're back, but this is.
Are you Ezra?
This is your Ezra.
You know who I am.
Yes.
That's. Issa, do you know? Oh, okay. So this you've talked. Okay, cool. This is weird. Yes.
I'm Ilara.
Mira.
Oh, that's.
Are you
cool.
Bantai or are you?
Oh, hi. No, I'm Issa. We met, I think, briefly.
Oh, good to see you again. Okay. Okay. He's here.
Yeah, okay.
Some
Yes.
questions. Yes.
Questions.
Great.
Tell us.
Okay.
Tell us everything you know.
What's happening in
Someone
our
is
world?
trying to kill us.
What?
I think someone we don't know, but who knew Patty, is in our world trying to
Bad
kill
Wizard
us.
David.
Whose name's okay? Yes, he is a bad wizard. He is not a good man. He's a very bad man. He's trying to kill us, and I
Yes.
think now he is a dragon. Also, do you know if we are we gonna go back?
I don't know.
Probably.
Oh, okay. So we might still die. Cool.
But we're trying to figure out a way
Maybe I can get a last will written
to put us all back in our right bodies.
Can you get a message to my family?
Probably not.
Maybe? I don't know. Look, if you die, I'm pretty sure we're also going to die.
Okay. So can you get a message to my family?
Well, not if I'm dead.
Oh, and he says, like, that's a fair point. That's a really good point there. Ezra says, okay, so I might still die and none of this will matter, but because I'm Max, I guess, apparently, went to go sneak into their workshop, and then bad wizard David appeared, and tried to murder me, and then suddenly dropped dead, and that was exciting, because then I didn't die, and then he came back as a dragon, and now he's trying to kill us all, so it was less good then.
Was he in someone else's body?
Well, now that you mention it, yes. I mean, I don't recognize anyone where you're from, but he was wearing some very fancy clothing, so if that means anything to you.
If he was one of my family members.
That's unfortunate, because he's now a dragon.
That explains the dragon fire.
A disgusting dragon-human hybrid, not a cool dragon. Like, really gross looking.
That must be where the fire came from. The weird fire was... With the...
Weird fire? It was just fire. Like, it was just the death fire? You mean the death fire?
Well, no, there's many different kinds of fire, but, like...
Yeah, let's be specific here, I mean.
That's beside the point. You guys need to kill him.
Okay, well, he died, but he didn't. Do you know how to kill him better?
No, not yet. But... And Mira's gonna pull the book back out.
Yes.
Maybe I can find out in here. You guys know how to read this, right? The script is very difficult to read.
Yes, I can read that. No, I have not. Do you ask if I know what that means? I can read it. It says Die RPG.
Well, I figured that bit out. It's only 6 characters, but but there's so many. She's like flipping through the page. There's so many.
I can't read that fast.
Go.
I'm not. Okay. Do you want to find... Okay, here's a section on death. This says death. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Is this book real? Like, where did you get this? This isn't...
From Patty's house.
Oh. Okay. Patty, who is dead now?
Yes. You are playing the game. Have you not...
I feel like you should read the guide. If you're playing the game, our lives are at stake.
Okay,
This game is our lives. You made it! You made us! How do you not know the creation of your own world?
I'm just living in it, man. Okay, so I have not seen that book before. We were not playing that game. I mean, we were just... Look, Patty said he was going to explain the rules as we went. I kind of made up he said it wasn't important. I can skim through that, but also... I am starting to feel woozy. Can I sit down while I do that?
Oh, no. That means we might be going back soon.
Issa picks up and says, hey, maybe I should, he's gonna have his, here, I can, so it says that in die, which, again, I don't know what that is, it says that if you die, you become reanimated as sort of a zombie thing.
Would love for that to not happen.
And if you want to live again, you have to kill one of the other players. That's fun. Huh. Seems like life is sort of a finite resource around here.
So that's the dragon situation. Bad Wizard David became a dragon, and the only way to undragon is to kill one of us?
Does seem to be what's happening. And then Ezra's like, oh, I do not feel good. I do not feel good. I'm wasting my moments of being me. Okay, and he starts scrabbling for a pen, and then he says, I don't feel, and then they put their heads down, and Bantai and Max return.
They don't even know what game they're playing.
I killed a dragon.
Oh, good!
Amazing! That was Bad Wizard David!
Did the dragon kill anyone else?
Bantai is still hunched over, and you can hear a slight, knuckle crack, a gentle sound as their arm and spine is going back into place. I have nothing to look forward to.
Bantai?
What is going on with her?
Vera kind of gets...
I need to lie down, and Bantai just kind of
Okay. Vera just sort of catches
goes
her.
to the bed and puts the blankets over their head, and it's just like, I don't want to do anything.
What is happening to her?
It's okay.
A lot of energy.
I take the pen and put it in your hand so you can hold it.
Bantai hugs it.
It's okay.
So sleepy.
I have nothing to look forward to. What am I gonna do?
Yes, you do.
No.
What happened out there?
A lot of energy was exuded in the killing of said dragon. I mean, I said I killed the dragon. Bantai did over half the work. It was a little... Right. There was a lot of limbs becoming weapons.
What did you do to your limbs?
It was pretty fucking cool.
Okay, I don't love that.
I don't want to do anymore.
I think maybe take a nap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tuck the covers.
Tuck it.
It's okay. There we go. God, I have to pee so bad.
You find the bathroom. It's like a very small closet.
Go into the bathroom.
Okay, so what we learned is, essentially, if in this die game, if somebody dies, they become some sort of zombie, and the only way for them to become their human selves again is if they kill someone else. So that is presumably what happened to Bad Wizard David.
The dragon that we killed.
What, Max? Spit it out. What are you talking about?
It was John.
My brother? Bad Wizard David switched bodies with John? So John was dead?
Unless he's a zombie.
Well, it sounds like you killed the zombie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, does that mean we at least got rid of Bad Wizard David in the process?
Well, I'm considering the fact that I might have made the zombie in the first place.
How?
Because I killed Bad Wizard David.
That's what was on your clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but if you killed the body of Bad Wizard David, that means...
Mm-hmm.
You killed my brother? Another one?
Okay, well, I just want to make it clear that I didn't kill John.
I don't want to hear it, Max. What is wrong with you? What could John possibly have done to make you kill him?
He said, I have to kill you now. So then I killed him instead.
I guess that's a fair reason.
Jeez. Whoa. Not very close, huh?
I don't understand. Why would he want to kill you?
because I wanted to go home and he wants to stay here because electricity is fair gold and he wanted to use it.
Why didn't you tell us any of this?
Because it seemed like it could put a bit of a obstacle in our way.
Knowing more information would put an obstacle in our way? That is so you.
I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, Laura.
I don't really want to talk to you right now. I'm gonna try and figure out
This is why, because now you're not going to want to talk to me, which is putting an obstacle in our way of figuring this shit out.
Well, let me just... You killed my brother, okay? Let me just take a second. God! You kill one brother, you have another, my dearest friend in the world, trapped inside that magical rectangle. I need to find some answers. I take the book and I just, like, go across the room and I sit down and try to just distract myself by reading it.
Are you resisting? Oh, you're in the bathroom.
Hearing this through the walls.
I'm in the bathroom trying to block out that argument. I'm just sitting on the toilet like, oh my God, this is the worst fucking day.
You're trying to figure out how the
toilet works. I think I like eventually get the kind of just fumbling around, like accidentally hit the handle.
Oh
Like,
my
oh,
gosh.
okay, there it goes. That's wild. And I think I turn around and kind of find myself faced with the mirror in the bathroom, seeing a face that is not mine, and this is being kind of the first truly quiet moment now that I think the arguing has died down. Pretty much since they got here, I think she starts to consider who this person is, and thinks back to earlier today after Patty got hit by the shiny carriage and the man tried to take her away. Thinking about just the very intense and unexpected tension she had suddenly felt in her body the second he appeared, and with how intense and unexpected it was, kind of starting to question whether that tension was coming from her or from the body that she's in. This person made her, and yet seems to be nothing like her. They're clearly mixed up with the zealots of this world, and maybe don't seem to know how to navigate them quite as well as Mira has learned how to do in hers. But I think looking in the mirror, she's kind of like lifting up her clothes, seeing there's no burns, no signs of physical harm, and just kind of like, what did they do to you?
You find in her pockets, like one of those little cards that people will like leave on the subway or something, little proselytizing cards that has the address of a church on it, as well as like a tennis pass, and not much else actually.
Shove them back in my pocket. Staring in the mirror is freaking me out. And exit the bathroom.
Give me an intelligence. Yes.
Do we still have these?
Give this back.
Man.
Rip. That was sick. That was such a sick reveal.
You thought.
Difficulty?
Difficulty, a 0 just to read it, 1 if you're looking for anything specific.
Not specific. I'm just flipping
You're
through,
just flipping
like
through.
looking for something that catches my eye.
Catches your eye.
I think I stormed off to the office.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm like sitting at the like desk area, looking at the reading the book.
This is the bathroom.
Okay.
The very first campaign I ever did, I built like a 4-story mansion with like 15 rooms.
Oh my god.
And no bathrooms.
No bathrooms.
Excellent.
Incredible.
Like with plot relevant bathrooms as well. Like they needed bathrooms. Okay. So you come out of the bathroom. You
hear a honk shoo
and your flail's also snoring. I think in unison.
Oh yeah.
Like, high pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, so cute. I wish I could hear it.
So you get an intelligence roll. I think that you're flipping through. You see the bits about death, and your eye catches on, because you've just been talking about the dice. So I think your eye catches on the section about dice, and you realize that there is. So you read that there's something important about the dice, that there's a reason that these similar items don't have the same power that they do in your world. And you also read further, and what you're reading is you realize that some parts of this were planned, that the fact that these players, these people from Earth came and have snatched your lives is part of the game. That's the way the game is supposed to work. And what went wrong was that you guys switched over as well. And as you're reading the further, you realize that this isn't a permanent state of being, that it sounds like, it seems like that the players there must make a choice, that they either can choose to stay or they can choose to return home. But they must make the choice together. And everyone who's there as a player, who's from Earth, has to make a unanimous choice. And if one person doesn't agree, if there's a stalemate in any iteration, the world ends.
The world ends if they can't come to a consensus?
Yes, they just die. And they will neither be returned nor able to stay. And it's not just the characters, it's not just it's not just the consciousnesses. It is people who are alive. Dead people don't get a vote. So currently, you realize David does not get a vote. And
pretty good.
You don't know what the other people know. You don't think that they know this, though.
But I know that if we can get everyone in our group, all of our personas, to come together and agree that they want to go back, that we can end this.
Yes, that seems like what will happen currently.
Okay.
And who has the dice is important too. So you vote if you're alive, and you vote if you have your die.
Okay. I'm still not ready to talk to people yet, so.
I think Mira's gonna let Bantai sleep, come back out. I guess
Max
Ezra.
is currently separating all the different types of die on the table into the category. So like all the D4s, all the D8s, all that stuff together.
What are you doing?
Dice are important, and I had one for a second when I was back, and I
like an actual one.
Yeah.
One that had magic in it.
Mm-hmm. It's gone now, and I don't know if there's a way to make these ones magical, but I feel like we should all have them.
What kind of dice are over where Patty was?
Patty has a D20, and a couple of like D6s.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting shape. Where's the book?
Laura has it.
Oh. What happened to Bantai while you guys were over there?
The other group of people asked us if we could kill things, and we said yes, and they hid, and I've never seen this before, but Bantai's arm turned into nunchucks, and then she whipped them at the dragon, and it wrecked him.
Her arms?
Yeah, there's a lot of bone cracking and growing and extending and...
Where the hell did she learn to do that?
I don't know. I haven't seen anybody do that without the help of, like, mechanical devices. But I don't know. I haven't known you guys for that long.
Bantai sneezes in the bed. and sits up. It is like saunters into the room and sits in a chair, just kind of gruffly.
That was a really short nap.
Did it work?
It won't work.
The nap. Do you feel better?
I don't know how to feel better. And Bantai is sitting where they originally were sitting, I think, at the table. Are there papers?
Yeah, so there's character sheets. You'd recognize your own name. Anything else would take, like, some time to parse through.
Bantai is...
Oh, Bantai can't read.
Bantai is canonically literate.
Yeah.
You spend their energy on other things.
Yeah, you cannot, you can't read. Give me a wisdom check, then.
Yes. Got 1-5.
Yeah, there's a pretty terrible little stick drawing on the character sheet, but you do recognize it has all of, like, your distinctive vigilante uniform attire, like your gourd hat and your clacky shoes and your flail and your leaf-inspired cloak.
Yeah. Bantai squints. Oh. Cool.
That cheered her up. What?
Is this me? This is supposed to be me.
I think Mira is so tickled by this little stick rendering of her sister. Just genuinely needs a second to be like, yeah, I think that's you.
What did they call me back home?
Bantai the Vigilant. Do you feel better now?
I think Bantai is also entertained and interested in what this paper says, but doesn't know how to read it. And like in past, flashbacks of Bantai just unraveling a scroll.
And
Mira, who am I? What does this say? What does the scroll say?
All right. The Vigilant Knight, Bantai. Class dice D. I think that's an 8. There are numbers
8?
on these, right?
8?
Yeah, I put all those ones in the pile.
Just for one of the piles of because she doesn't immediately recognize the sight of a D8. Has to go through a second.
No. All of the ones with the 8s on them are here.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! That's not anything like the one I had in my pocket.
What do you mean?
I had a shining talisman. A shining, glowing...
They were different, but yeah.
Talisman. And it gave me power. I need to find it again. I don't see it.
We don't have them anymore.
Here.
Did everyone have one?
I just saw that we did. No one else did anything.
If I have a scroll here, you must have a scroll. And you must have a scroll.
I think Max has so far not been interested in anything relating to Ezra because they've been fully under the understanding that it doesn't matter because they are alive and they are real. But I think with hearing Bantai talk about oh, this is me, and then also just this question of why have I chosen the paths that have gotten me here? Some of it doesn't make sense, and why did I do these things? I start looking through the notes to see if there's an explanation as well.
Yeah, so you find your sheet, and laid bare in exacting detail is the story of your village and how you were locked in a temple ostensibly for your safety, and instead the hubris of the fire god's priest causing the death of everyone but you and your sister. And you see your entire life story laid out in a paragraph or two of unflinching, horrible detail. You're looking for your character sheet. What specifically are you looking at? Are you trying to figure out...
Max doesn't care about the what. They lived through that. They care about the why. So if there are, like, you know, of course Ezra wrote this story, but, like, the anecdotes of Ezra's about why is kind of what Max is searching for.
I think you see a lot of focus on your decision to save Jasper. You know, that you know yourself to be a very, like, straightforward person. Like, life happens, death happens. Sometimes you cause the death. That also happens. And so you, I think, always chalked it up to just being that much in love with Jasper. But you're seeing a note by Ezra that just said, wow, it'd be brutal if Jasper was, like, alive in a crystal next to that note about the little, like, AI neostat.
Max takes the phone out of their pocket and sets it on the table. That's it.
It's still, like, glitching. It's like something's happening, but it's still glitching.
Mira kind of gets through her backstory and is like, yep, that's me. And gets distracted sort of by the same thing she was looking at on Bantai's sheet, where it's that class dice D12. She goes and searches and eventually finds the 12 shape. And just kind of gets looking at the mechanics of it all, how strange and simple all of these very complex, intuitive things are from this side of the table. And gets an idea. I would like to reach back over to Patty's part of the table. Does he have a sheet?
Yeah, so Patty he doesn't have a character sheet. What he has is notes, and you see sketched out the beginnings of your adventures.
But he doesn't have any kind of, like, character sheet or mechanics in front of him at all.
No. And Alara, you're skipping through and you get to the section about characters, and you recognize the descriptions of the dictator, of the vigilant knight, the Neo, and the Godbinder. You see a couple other classes, but what you do see is you see something called the Master, and their dice is a D20. And you see up at Patty's side of the table is indeed a D20, but you don't see any character sheets or anything like that.
I'm gonna get up because Mira would like and go into the room because she knows Alara has the book. I think she's holding her character sheet and the D20 from Patty's side of the table.
Do you know what this D20 thing means?
I was about to ask you the same thing. There's these sheets that are on the tables for all of us. They have our names, our lives, but also these. It's like we all come with one of these. But I can't find what Patty's is supposed to do. It's got 20 sides.
Well, if it's got 20 sides, he must be this character. It seems like there's all different archetypes of characters. This one is called the Master.
Patty's place got taken. I would like to sit down next to Alara and just read the master section with her.
Yeah, and you also do have access to David's notes. What's left of David's
Oh, that's
notes.
right, because we took them.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Who has David?
I think I put them inside the book,
Yeah,
so they're just kind of like.
Okay. I kind of
pull them
look
out,
through David's notes and see if there's any of this master thing mentioned.
So the master class is, you see, traditionally played by something called the game master, and they serve as like the antagonist they serve as the antagonist of the game. So the thing pushing the story forward, and they're supposed to sort of like show up and cause initially some chaos, and then they're that force that acts against the other players. You do think it is interesting that someone who's in charge of the game is also like a player, that you're used to the stories of gods and people, and the idea that the person who has the most power is also part of the story is interesting. And you see, as you're going through some of David's notes, he's basically sketching out what he needs to tell Patty in order to get him to set up the die ritual correctly, but also not tell him about die. So he's like, he's rewritten some of the rules so that Patty will get things started. Basically has trying to figure out how to teach Patty to get himself into trouble, but not actually tell him what's going on, so that he can keep the D20 and the master sheet for himself.
Wait, sorry, I'm confused. He's trying to convince Patty to not be the master so that he can be the master, but he's not in the...
Yeah, so he basically got Patty to set up the die ritual correctly, and then kept the master sheet for himself, if that makes sense. As you guys flip through the end, you actually do find the master's character sheet. And
I read that thing so hard. I want to know everything he can do.
Yeah, you open up this, you look, and it doesn't have a very well-drawn picture, but it says across it in big letters, John Herringbrook. And you read a very detailed account of your brother's life with a couple of details that he has left out. There's not a full written backstory here, but you find out that he has been sort of conspiring with the Fire Priests in order to block diplomatic relations between the Dragon Empire and your country. And so he's been amassing power, and it just says, amassing power via murder and other means.
Well, this is one way to find out things about your family members. Oh my gosh.
What is it? What is it?
It says John was basically increasing tensions in the Dragon Wars, and something about murders and other means to amass power?
I think she kind of locks on to looking at this. She kind of locks on to the words "working with fire priests."
He's just a...
Has she like maybe heard any rumblings or seen him around at the temples before?
Give me a wisdom roll of 1.
Is that a 1 or a 6? That's a 6. Okay, I got 2 6s, baby.
Hey,
Let's
okay.
go.
Great success. Yeah, so you've never seen him specifically, but now that you're thinking about it, you do see what feels like a larger number of royal messengers going directly to the Fire Priest's office than would be normal. Normally, like, messages and stuff go to one central location for processing. These are all private messengers.
The royal messengers have been coming quite a lot through the temples.
He was always the one that didn't seem to want to be involved in this war. He's just a neo. He loves his technology and his research. He never... Ambrose was always the one who was ambitious. It's just...
No one sees the underdog coming, do they?
I suppose not.
You see a note at the bottom that says, need to create someone who wants power enough to stay on Earth and hates his world enough to leave it.
That's John. Or I guess it was. That means he might have had something to do with exiling me, I guess.
I would not be surprised after seeing some of this. What cause would he have had? In what way do you think you were blocking his goals?
I don't know. I mean, I know that Jasper and I were, we were always kind of favorites among the public. And he was always kind of in the shadows, and he was the second born, so he also wasn't getting a lot of power. He was always just kind of an angry person, but I don't know why he would do something like this.
The why feels a little irrelevant now. The how, that's something we can maybe do things about. I want to go back into the master character sheet, and I want to dig into those mechanics.
Okay, great. What are you looking for specifically?
So I can tell you exactly because Phoebe did read the master character.
Linnie has been like, great, okay, yes. Well, the sheet I didn't print off.
I think the thing, because we have, you said we have all the time we need to really read. I think if Mira can read the whole thing, the thing she's going to lock onto about the master is that they can cheat. Mm-hmm. The master has the ability to warp reality to their will, but not indefinitely. Mm-hmm. They have a limited number of times, generally equal to the number of players, that they can twist fate in their favor. And once they have exhausted those instances, something greater than them might start to take notice and be none too pleased that they have been cheating. He might still be alive.
John?
The masters, they can warp reality. If John / the dragon, he said he already came back once, right?
Yeah.
And then was a dragon now. He can more. He still has some chances to twist fate in his favor. He could have done it again.
That's not good. Something else I've learned? We do have the power to switch back permanently, but our Earth, that seems to be what this place is called, Earth counterparts all have to decide unanimously that they want to all go back, but if one person dissents, everyone dies, right?
Everyone dies. Well, if you can't agree to stay or leave, everyone dies.
If there's no unanimity, everyone dies.
Well, I'd say the one thing that happened in our favor here is that every time I've talked to any of our creators, they all seem pretty eager to get home.
But if Bad Wizard David wants to stay in that world, or rather John wants to stay in this one,
we need to kill him, and the only way they're going to be able to do that is to exhaust his ability to cheat. They have to throw him into as many no-win situations as they can, and I don't know how capable they are of doing that.
How does that even happen? It just...
As she's saying, throw me into no-win situations, you're like, wait, he's already dead. So you go back to the book and you flip through, and you find a section called The Fallen. And this is the zombie thing that you were talking about, that even if you die, you can reanimate, that you do come back to life, just with something missing, something deep, intrinsically gone, that makes a person alive. And you can become alive again. You just have to kill one of the other players. So you think actually right now that that David is dead and the rest of the players are alive, and that perhaps they could vote to leave if you can get that message to them, if you can...
Okay. If what I'm reading is correct, Bad Wizard David is dead. We need to get our counterparts to all vote to switch, and then maybe we can all do something about this, because they certainly can't.
very fair.
So how are we going to get back?
I guess we just would need to, the portal at Bad Wizard David's.
We have to go back.
So far it's been by far the easiest and most reliable method we've had of transporting there.
Okay, we need to go there quickly, and we need to... Although, I guess only some of us should go, and then tell the others, and then we switch back, and
We could quibble about the details on the way there. We should get Bantai and Max.
Are you guys gonna go now, or are you guys going to rest at all? Because it is late and dark.
I don't know how much. I feel like
Yeah, like you guys can keep going.
like rest would be great.
You haven't eaten.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
We haven't eaten. I think Mira is like we should get them and get moving, and then her stomach rumbles so loudly.
I suppose we need to...
At least when I had to pee, I wasn't thinking about how hungry I was.
I suppose we have to eat something, although we do need to... We do need to go.
Yeah, so you guys, is the vibe, grab something from the
I
fridge
think-
and go.
I was gonna say, when you guys come back into like the main area and start searching stuff, you see that Max is setting down a pen and ripping up a piece of paper. And when you guys come in, they look up and they go, "Are you talking to me again?"
Well, it seems like there was more going on to John than I thought, so maybe you ultimately did a good thing.
Semantics, but what's the next move? Because we can't just sit here forever.
Well, if you guys really did successfully kill John, then all our creators have to do is agree they want to go home, and they'll come home. They just don't know that because when Ezra and Issa were here, they don't even know what game they're playing.
Did Ezra sound like he wanted to come home or stay?
So far, everyone I've talked to seems like they want to come home.
So we need to go back to Bad Wizard David's place and try to communicate with our counterparts.
Okay.
And also grab something that looks like nourishment from this place.
Yeah, you guys find the fridge. It's like reasonably well stocked.
Cool.
There's like a line of tape down the middle of the fridge with like kind of like Chinese takeout on one side and then like aggressive, like, you know, tasty tuber, vegetable delivery meals, stuff like that. Yeah, so you guys have managed to scrounge up a snack, revitalize yourself, and you guys are heading out to return to Bad Wizard David's apartment house. Mm-hmm. Cool. Are you all going?
Mm-hmm. Guess so.
Yeah.
As you leave, you get this ping from your Neo alert.
I don't think I get it.
Oh, incredible! I'm gonna
What?
just gonna briefly show this to a camera.
Oh God!
Just say, yeah. It's okay. I'm gonna cut in. Like, we'll cut in a little insert of what this actually is, but like, just so you know what this is. Okay.
I also mentioned to everybody the first time we went there, I think you weren't touching the circle and
I was
didn't
not.
get.
Yeah.
So we can all be there and not get transported.
Yeah, right.
Just,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bantai has a takeout container and is just sticking her mouth in it. It's lo mein dribbling down her face. And she's rolling up the character sheet to bring it with her.
Okay.
Vegetables were the only thing I recognized.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm eating the worst stuff in the fridge because I don't want to eat anything I don't recognize.
Yeah.
Got like one massive carrot
Yeah.
and like half a cooked potato.
I have like the carrot sticks, and I'm like, they're so small.
They eat like kings here.
But also kind of like rabbits.
What I would do for some roast duck right now.
How are you getting to Bad Wizard David's place?
Madam Uber.
Excellent question.
Are there bikes in the hallway of this apartment building?
I think there's like some. I think there's definitely. It's a large apartment complex. Like there's definitely bikes. There's like a bike rack. I mean they're locked, but assuming that's not a huge issue.
I feel like we could figure that out pretty easily.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you getting kids on bike it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Like, okay.
Do you know how to ride a bike?
Absolutely not. It has wheels, so I assume it works like a cart.
Okay. Describe to me how you are going to use these bikes to get to Bad Wizard David.
So I sit on it, and then like the Flintstones.
Like a scooter, kind of.
Just like ducking it. Yeah, just like.
I don't know what the pedals are for.
Is this faster than walking?
Feels like no.
No. It
Also, how do we know where we're going?
We drove there. I feel like where we come from, you actually need to know how to get places and need to
so
like
we pay
navigate them, and so you pay attention. But like, and no, I think it is, which is why I think it is a reasonable enough thing to say, can we roll to see if any one of us remembers the way?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because I think it would be unreasonable for us to just say we remember the way.
Yes,
but like,
so it would not be me.
No. Yeah, whoever accepting Max, give me an intelligence roll.
Oh, buddy.
come on.
Oh, I
Hey.
got a 5. Oh, and a 4.
And you have 2 successes.
Incredibly, Bantai is the only person to remember how to get there.
Listen, it was first time Bantai was in a metal carriage.
She was alert.
Very interested keyword in where it was going, how it worked, and who was this person operating it. And so Bantai just starts jogging in place.
You remember the way? You remember the way?
I do.
All right, you gonna lead us there?
Just follow me.
Okay.
And they just
I'm like doing
I
the
had to really resist the
walking
urge not to
thing
do a
with
full like go girl go.
I feel like if you held it and you did both feet at the same time, you would get some momentum, you know?
push.
Yeah, Bantai is jogging.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be faster than maybe just oh Bantai, wait up.
It's this way.
I'll throw the bike to the side.
Okay.
Very swiftly.
I love the bikes, I just truly don't
Yeah,
know
no,
you know how to
you're
use
right.
them.
There's no reason we would know how to ride
You're
one.
right.
Unless you wanted to look it up on your phones, which you have left behind.
He sits on the table.
You left your phone.
Oh, we don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else caught that, but
No.
Jasper has been left on the table.
Whoa.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys give me I need a dexterity check from everyone, difficulty level 1. Come on.
I failed.
Sorry, I dropped one on the
Oh
ground.
my god, fail.
Fail.
So when you remove successes, does it matter like which one you remove? You're
You're
supposed to remove the highest.
I think you remove lowest first.
Then I have a 6.
I've definitely been removing the highest this whole time.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually super matter unless you get 2 of it doesn't super matter unless you end up with 2 6s and you remove 1 and you end up with a 6, but okay, cool. So that was a fail. Fail.
I made it. I big made it.
Okay.
Looks like a folded out hopscotch.
Yeah.
Or like a D6 maybe?
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. That's what you said in the first episode. I just wanted to say what I thought in the first episode. My brain went hopscotch, and then you said rolled out D6, and I said yes.
My brain went
Also
cross.
correct.
Yes.
My brain went crucifix.
My brain went cardboard box.
I didn't even think about it, so obviously.
So you guys get to Bad Wizard David's. It is the same dilapidated small house on the outskirts of town that it was before. The doors open and you come in. It looks like some leaves have blown in, but otherwise it's been absolutely undisturbed since you first arrived.
Okay, how did we do this the first time? And
I kind of just touched it. We should have a plan though.
yes, who's gonna go?
I think you two should stay. You just recently found out the most information. You can probably better explain it to them.
What new information?
Bantai and I will touch it.
and keep the rest of them safe.
Okay, so we'll convey as much information as we can. You keep them safe, and if you have time, maybe also mention that they have to all agree to come back.
Well, I think that's what you're explaining to them, but I can do it.
Well, we're each gonna have half of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So depending on what is even happening when you get there.
I hope we're not running again.
It's weird to be thrown into a body that's in motion.
Yeah.
All right.
The last time I just touched it. I guess see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Put my hand on it.
Bantai also follows.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm still here.
Do you have to do it because you know about...
Maybe. I'm gonna kind of get down at the end of the sigil. Anything?
Laura, what are you doing?
Watching.
Great. You put your hands on the sigil and feel it light up with magic again. Your vision starts telescoping. You are actively in the process of being switched out.
I would have taken my hand off real quick when she put it down.
Yeah, Bantai, do you have your hand on it?
Yes, still. Bantai is not paying attention.
Nothing's happening to Bantai. As it lights up, it doesn't like light up visually, just like you feel it magically light up. You get the sense that if you wanted to draw on divine energy to do something more, you could. Otherwise, it's just going to act like it has normally. You're just going to flip to the other side.
If I wanted, could I just bring all of them here?
In what way?
Like, now there's 8 people in the room?
I mean, anything's possible for a divine price.
Sure, yeah.
To bring anyone who has already flashed back once in this session. To bring them.
That's why you couldn't go. I understand. Phoebe the player understands now what is happening.
So if you wanted to bring them along,
Okay.
absolutely can happen.
All right. Yeah. How do I want to play this? I think first things first, actually. I just want to see what they're doing right now. If I'm going to scope in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they in immediate danger? Because if they're in immediate danger, there's different things that take priority.
Yeah, bop in.
All right.
Yeah, because I think you could bop in, then draw on the god power.
Yeah.
And then as you're going back, pause halfway between.
Yeah.
That's what that would be.
So, like, first things first, I want to assess the situation. Where are they? What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to send them combat help imminently?
You pop in, and you... Oh, should have prepared this thing.
Oh, that looks like a cemetery.
Oh, man.
Church and graveyard.
Hey, what was the name of the church on that card in my pocket?
Would it
By
be
any
St. John
chance?
Church?
Would it be?
Wow.
It would be St. John Church. So you flash in, and you see...
What the hell?
Oh, that looks like fire.
Oh, no. This is bad. The hair.
Brown hair.
Brown hair now.
The badly dyed brown
I
hair.
have brown hair now.
The fact that it's shitty marker is like, it's peak. I love it. I really love everyone here is so slightly cursed. So you see that you are in the main atrium of the fire temple.
Ooh.
It's artistic fire, not deadly fire. It's the other type of fire. Everyone else is sort of waiting off in a corner, and it looks like you're waiting in the area for like an audience with the fire priest.
Okay. I am going to, seeing that there's no imminent danger, I would like to pull back and try to talk to Mary Beth.
Okay. Give me, what would be the best, do you have a spell that you'd want to use for this?
I'm hoping that there is some sort of liminal space of this process that I could kind of like pause in, where it's like as we are crossing, that I can grab onto that moment and hold it.
Yes. I think it does require magic, so I think
Yes.
you're going to have to either reach out to your god, unless there's unless I'm misreading, but I think you have to draw on your divine.
Yes.
As you switch in, what is your D12, right?
Yeah, D12. Oh, right!
So you switch in, you realize that you're holding a similar glowing shiny dice.
So good.
Basically, like, there's scripture is all Godbinders gain access to 3 basic spells. Scripture shared between all gods.
Yeah.
So and Takasi, you use wisdom, your wisdom pool plus the D12.
Yeah.
Which is like your guidance from
Yeah.
your god. So it's like, could I potentially try to reach out to a more generic god?
I am not making Christian God real.
No, that's not what I was trying to do at all.
A lesser one, maybe.
No, we do not have enough sessions to deal with that, and I've already been God once this year.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not reaching out to Christian God.
It's early in the year to have been God already.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Would you say, because having multiple gods is very much a thing for Godbinders, could I, instead of reaching out to my fire god for guidance, reach out to Meredith specifically as my creator?
Oh, snap!
Dude!
What?
So Meredith would be God?
To you.
Wow.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
No way! That's
Oh.
actually pretty amazing.
I think
Phoebe.
if Mira believes it, she can do it.
I think she believes it.
Wow.
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
I got chills. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is all successes,
Oh, hey.
including a 6.
Insane. Okay. You see Mira reach down to touch the sigil, and kind of a shiver goes up her body. You see the same sort of like faint that you see when consciousnesses are switching, and you see what looks like awareness come back into her eyes for a brief second. Meredith looks around and then doesn't go away, but just seems to be looking through something. You see that same, your vision tunnels, and then the blackness expands all around you till you are in a void, and there is a ring of fire in front of you, like a mirror, and you look into it, and instead of seeing your face, you see Meredith's. As you stare into his eyes, you see Meredith looking off into the distance. You hear a knock at the door. The door swings open, and standing before you is the mangled corpse of David. There's fractures all throughout his body, and you can see electricity pulsing underneath it, and he's breathing sort of a heavy mechanical rasp as if his insides have been started to replaced with an electronic system that is breathing for him and is animating his body with electricity. And in the distance, you can hear police sirens. And that's it for episode 3. And we will return with the final episode of Dichotomy very soon to find out what will happen.